Pretty much I just want the audio, but I also want your face for a little bit. So we don't have to do introductions, because I'll do that.
Okay.
Even though this is my good friend Andrew.
I'm not.
Don't lie to the nice people of YouTube.
Okay.
So where did the name Johnny Booth come from?
Johnny Booth. Originally we were named John Wilkes's Booth.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's when you guys had like 5 bands, and then it kind of whittled down just to Johnny Booth.
It was John Wilkes's Booth, and then it wasn't funny. Like the name, no one got it. You know, it was like apostrophe S. Like we were just supposed to be some dude's booth, and we were gonna make shirts with like a phone booth on it, or like a booth from a diner. There's so many booths. But yeah, it just no one got it. Everyone put John Wilkes Booth. There was already another band, so we just decided to go with Johnny Booth, and it just stayed somehow. I don't
There's
know.
another band named John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth. Yeah, I guess on Long Island. And
What assholes?
They suck.
The only good one's Johnny Booth. So how long have you guys been doing this? Is the question Cameron gave me.
How long have we been doing this?
This thing.
Since like 2008. I think we played our first show 2008. So for a little while now. Yeah. Time flies. You don't realize it.
Is that 6 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Have you guys been, that was your first show, were you like a band longer than that?
No.
You got your first show pretty...
Yeah, like we played a little bit. We might have practiced like a little before that, but our first show was definitely like, it was like 2008, beginning of 2008. Which is kind of crazy.
So it's going on like 7 years.
Yeah, something like that, 6, 7. We should probably be more successful than we are.
Which is what I'm trying to do. You guys should support Johnny Booth. So has your music evolved in 6 years?
Definitely. Well, I think there was, in the beginning, we kind of knew how we wanted to sound, and you think that that's what you're writing, you know, and then when you listen back, you're like, it's not necessarily exactly what you had in your head. And I think as we've gotten older and just worked with each other more, like what we had in our head then is actually manifesting finally. We always wanted to blend, you know, different kinds of musics but still be like an aggressive band. You know, and I don't know if we really came across that way in the beginning, but I think the stuff we're writing now that isn't released yet, I'm really, really proud of it so far. Like it's definitely what we've wanted to be writing the whole time.
So I have Ryan Strong, who is one of the guitarists and backup vocals.
Sure.
Sure. So, how would you describe yourself as a musical artist?
I would describe myself as a guitarist. I mean, I've been playing since I was like 14 or something.
It's like a solid 12 years now.
Yeah, that's how I learned music, was just, you know, putting on a song and trying to play along to it. Lately I've been getting into other instruments, but yeah, I'd say I'm just, you know, run-of-the-mill guitarist and, you know, vocalist guy.
As a musical artist, how would I describe myself?
Yeah, Cameron's really good at writing these questions better than I am.
That's kind of a hard question. I think when I first started, because I was still like painting and drawing a little more than I am now. I think when I would play live, I would try to think of it visually. Like I'd always draw and write lyrics kind of like together.
Do you really?
Yeah, I feel like it helps for
See
some
how
reason.
cool they are?
I think for some reason it makes my lyrics are able to be more abstract, but I still think they make sense. You know, it's not just gibberish. For some reason, I just think the correlation between the two helped me out a lot. But that's kind of how I guess maybe that's how I've always looked at it. Especially in the beginning, I try to look at performing more like painting a picture. You know, like I got into Pollock at the time, so his stuff was more like Native American sand art. And it was about the act of making the painting, not necessarily the end product, what it's going to look like at the end. You know, it was about the process of making it, why you're doing it, and that's it. And after that, that's kind of how I felt about playing music.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's how I think.
Is that why you climbed like Godzilla and King Kong like all the way to
No, I think I just saw an opportunity. I always liked to.
Did you know that was safe, by the way? You didn't know those were stable.
They told me after that, because in the middle of the show they told me I had to get down, but they told me after the show that they thought I was gonna go through. It was just plyboard, you know, just like really thin plywood on top. It's like not a finished place, you know.
And you were barefoot and were like all the way to the top.
Yeah, I don't know. When you get opportunities to, and he gave me a wireless mic. You know, you don't always get to like move around like that. So when I get a chance to actually be able to interact with the crowd and go down, or you know, if there's something to climb on that isn't too far away,
Go for it.
something readily accessible, and it was really way too easy to get up there.
So when you guys are like creating songs, what's your part of that?
Adam got the GarageBand program one day, and we just started recording like silly songs, you know. They didn't make any sense, but just the fact that we could plug our guitars in and record a riff and just kind of, you know, create something and have it play back too. Because, you know, we would get together and write songs, but it was never the same when you could actually listen to it and really critique it. If I have a riff, I'll record it and I'll show it to the guys and be like, it sucks, or let's work on it, you know. And Adam does the same thing. Adam's been writing a lot of the riffs for what we're doing now, and yeah, I'd say that's how we get started.
Actually, Adam Halpern, our guitarist, he writes a lot of pretty much most of the guitar riffs, like in the beginning, and you know, like he puts down like a skeleton of a song idea, and then the rest of us will kind of like, you know, we'll listen to it, we'll practice it together, we'll, you know, change parts around, you know, Ryan will add different stuff, you know, like leads and things like that. So it all basically just starts as like a skeleton of a song. We just kind of build on it after that. But you know what? I think we're gonna hopefully go back to the studio at the end of this year. I'm hoping. We're just finishing writing some songs, and I want to make sure everything's like perfect before we go. Want to make like a big jump with the next record. I felt like Connections.
It's gonna be full.
Yeah, like a full length.
EP,
Was an
right?
EP, yeah. Like Connections was like a huge jump up for us, and you know, a full length record. It has so much more to promote, and we had Tommy Rogers on it, and Jamie King produced it. The EP was great, you know, but it's just there's less to it, you know. It's just I'd rather take some time to really put out a full length product and something that I could be really proud of, you know, like something that's gonna push us to the next step.